Welcome back. Now, WikiLeaks revelations have embarrassed and angered the US. Hillary Clinton personally called up world leaders after the controversial cables became public. Now, US Defense Secretary Robert Gates has complimented Afghan President Hamid Karzai for taking the high road after being criticized in dispatches. Now, in one of the leaked cables, an American diplomatic memo quotes the US ambassador to Kabul, describing Karzai as paranoid and a weak individual. Now, in an appalling incident, the Indian ambassador to US, Meera Shankar, was pulled from an airport security line and patted down by an American security agent in Mississippi despite her diplomatic status. Now, the incident took place on December 4th at the Jackson Evers International Airport, where sari-clad Meera Shankar was about to board a flight to Baltimore. Now, Meera Shankar presented her diplomatic papers to officers and was escorted by a Mississippi Development Authority representative and an airport security officer. But witnesses said that she was subjected to the hands-on search. Minister S.M. Krishna has asked for a report on the incident and said that such incidents were unacceptable. Now, presidential assent has been given for an inquiry by a Supreme Court judge to remove the Prasar Bharati CEO, B.S. Lali. Now, according to Prasar Bharati Act, the CEO can be removed only after an inquiry by a Supreme Court judge finds him or her guilty. Now, this inquiry pertains to the CVC findings about Lali's role in awarding cricketing rights and payments to a lawyer. The president has given the option for Lali to be suspended. It is now up to the government to take a final decision. In some cricketing action now, the proud men in blue and the Black Caps arrived in Chennai today for the final match of the series. India and New Zealand, both teams were getting ready in the nets for the final face-off at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium. Now, India has won all the 4 matches comprehensively with a lead of 4-0 in the series. Meanwhile, the Black Caps, who lost their last 10 matches, will be looking to register their first win in the continent. The only positive takeaway for the Kiwis so far has been the performance of all-rounder James Franklin.
We want to break the losing streak and hopefully they can start tomorrow and heading home to New Zealand to conditions that are familiar to us. Hopefully we can continue to build on the way we are. Some of the players have gathered some valuable experience over here. Probably only a couple of guys, Vittori and Staris, I think, probably one of the only guys who have played one-day cricket here in India. So, for the rest of the side, it was a learning experience, and hopefully we're better for it come World Cup.
I think we will pick the best team that we can. I mean, if you talk about experimenting, I think we had a really well-balanced side going into the game. We wanted to chase, and that means we wanted to play the extra batsman. So, I don't even think we experimented in the last game. We still believe it was the right side to play under the conditions. We obviously will take into account any niggles, where if tomorrow was a final, a certain player might play, but because he might have a niggle and there's a South African tour coming up, you'll take that into consideration, which is what we did with Munaf Patel. He could have played if that game was a final, if the Bangalore game was a final, but the prudent decision, given the circumstances, was to not play him, and the same would apply. But other than that, we certainly want to win 5-0.
Now, this Friday, it's Vijay versus Mammootty at the box office. And if you think that is not enough to satisfy the movie buff in you, well, there's a lot more action, thriller and romantic comedies headed your way, and it's all happening at theatres near you. Our reporter Lalit Jude gives you a sneak preview.
The Captain is back. Actor turned politician Vijay plays a strict cop in Virudagiri. Madhuri E plays a love interest, and Sundar C. Babu of Valamina fame has scored the music. But what is more interesting is the fact that Vijay has turned director with this film. So Virudagiri is loaded with punch dialogues scripted by the Captain himself. Here's a sample for you.
Hey, na Virudagiri da. Panjabhuthathoda motta uruvam da.
Action genre apart, if you're in the mood for romance as well, then you can check out Sidhu +2. Shantanu of Sakarakatti fame is the hero. And guess who's directing him? His father, the inimitable Bhagyaraj. So you can be sure of quite a few surprises in the screenplay. Yuvan Shankar is crooning again, but for Dharan, who's the music director. That's friendship for you.
For
the regular commercial movie junkie, there is of course Agam Puram. And guess who's turning inside out? It's Sham, folks, and he's taking the action hero plunge. Meenakshi is the heroine of the film, directed by newcomer Thirumalai. Sundar C. Babu is again the music director. And finally, there is the Malayalam superstar Mammootty's Best Actor. Directed by Martin Prakash, it is supposed to be a comic caper. And it's all about a school teacher who wants to become, you guessed it, a movie star. Shruti Ramakrishnan and Srinivasan are the other attractions here for you. In Chennai, with Lalit Jude, this is Bama Ravi for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, that's all we have time for. Keep watching NDTV Hindu for more news and updates.